Welcome to Impact Signals, Social Impact at the Scale of AI. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Sarah.
It's Sunday, July 26, 2026, episode 84. Today, 3 stories about AI showing up in unglamorous systems, not disaster forecasting, aiEDU sending rural and indigenous school districts 12 months of train-the-trainer AI coaching, Google routing 7,000 developers' apps into pilots inside Indian MPS constituencies, and Nigeria's new AI and satellite crop monitoring system, already tracking 250,000 farmers. We start in the United States, where aiEDU, the AI Education Project, just announced the 7 grantees of its 2026 Community Catalyst program.
What makes this significant is who the program targets: rural and indigenous school districts and education agencies across 6 states: Washington, Nebraska, Texas, Illinois, Montana, and Wyoming, the places national AI and education conversations usually skip.
Each grantee gets $25,000 to $50,000 over 12 months, plus aiEDU's train-the-trainer coaching and a peer cohort. Together, the 7 projects aim to reach more than 1,100 educators and 30,000 students.
The model is the easy part. The hard part is what happens after the grant ends, and this program is built around that. It funds training the trainers, not buying classroom software, so the skill stays in the district when the money runs out.
So the practical takeaway: this is a replicable template, not just a funding announcement, and aiEDU's own application toolkit is public.
Regional funders and district administrators should copy the structure directly: 12 months, capacity building first, software second. That's the design principle worth copying.
Second signal, India. Google, working with the policy nonprofit The Dialogue, just wrapped code for communities with a showcase in New Delhi, where 12 winning teams presented AI apps directly to sitting members of parliament.
What makes this significant is where the problems came from. More than 7,000 developers across 18-plus cities built over 1,000 open-source projects, all organized around problem statements the MPs themselves submitted: civic governance, environment, public health, and agriculture.
The loop here is short. The 12 winning projects move straight into pilot deployment inside the constituencies of the MPs who posed the original problems, developer demo to government test, without the usual multi-year gap.
For practitioners in GovTech, that's the structure worth copying. Source the problem from an elected official and route the pilot back into their district, so there's a named person accountable if it disappears after the demo.
Third signal, Nigeria, where the government just formalized the National Agro-Productivity System, NAPS, a satellite and AI crop monitoring platform built with OCP Africa and ground truth analytics.
What makes this significant is the data gap it closes. Nigeria has never had reliable in-season data on what farmers are actually growing, which has undermined national food security planning for years.
NAPS isn't new on paper. It's already run across 13 states over 3 planting seasons, tracking more than 250,000 farmers and collecting more than 1 million data points across 5 commodities, and it's set to expand to 15 states before a nationwide rollout.
Scale isn't the story here. Continuity is. 3 planting seasons of the same data, collected the same way across 13 states, is what food security planners actually need to trust the numbers. For teams evaluating AI and satellite monitoring, the operational blueprint worth studying is the funding structure itself: government, an agribusiness conglomerate, and a geospatial analytics firm, each carrying a different piece of the cost.
On the disaster watch, the U.S. Geological Survey confirmed a magnitude 6.0 earthquake 82 kilometers west of Sola, Vanuatu, with no casualty reports yet as monitoring continues for aftershocks. GDAX, the Global Disaster Alert and Coordination System, has Tropical Cyclone Now at an orange alert across China and the Philippines. Roughly 11.9 million people exposed to Category 1 or higher winds after landfall in Guangdong. And its orange-level drought notification for Ethiopia, Kenya, and Somalia remains active.
The Nigeria story and that drought watch share the same constraint: data continuity. NAPS works because it collects the same fields every season no matter who's on the ground. A drought response that depends on someone resurveying conditions from scratch loses the thread exactly when staff rotate or roads wash out.
Event Runway. The AI for All Hackathon 2026, a youth disaster risk reduction hackathon organized by the African Youth Advisory Board on Disaster Risk Reduction with the African Union, closes applications August 5th for teams across North Africa.
The deadline is the real filter here. If you're mentoring a team for that one, the practical move is picking the disaster risk problem now, not waiting on a call for ideas.
Funding Watch? The Gates Foundation's Grand Challenges program has up to $500,000 per project open for AI-enabled family planning engagement work in sub-Saharan Africa. Deadline August 25th, with an informational webinar August 4th. The Global Environment Facility's Small Grants Program, run through the UN Development Program, has up to $100,000 open to host a regional workshop in Harare, Zimbabwe. Deadline December 31st.
The catch on the Gates grant is eligibility, not budget. Proposals must center deployment already happening in sub-Saharan Africa, not research-only work, so a strong application needs a live program behind it, not a pilot plan.
The through line today. The AI story worth tracking this week isn't disaster forecasting, it's the unglamorous systems, teacher training, farm data, constituency-level GovTech, where practitioners actually touch AI day to day.
Governance shows up quietest in the stories that scale. aiEDU trains the trainers, Nigeria collects the same data every season, and India ties every pilot back to a name. Copy the structure, not just the headline.
That's Impact Signals for Sunday, July 26, 2026. If this briefing is useful, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Check us out at impactsignals.ai and share it with someone working in the field.
Stay ready.